Hello, hello. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year from the Wexford Stamper. This is Barbary, the Wexford Stamper. And happy January, it's here. And if we can keep this kind of weather, I think I'll like January for a change. But alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and get started since we start at 7. Welcome Renee and Anne, and as others come in, just make sure you comment so I know who's here. First, a reminder, today, not today, but tomorrow, the new catalog looks like this. Love it, purple, purple. And the celebration brochure will be launching. I sent a large amount of mini catalogs and celebration brochures in the mail today, so they should be coming to my customers very shortly. So this starts tomorrow morning, and I'm going to share with you today a project that uses some of the product from the new catalog, and it's beautiful as always, especially the paper. You know how I am about the paper. All right, let's go ahead and take a look in the catalog now that I can show you the inside of the catalog. And the suite that I'm going to be working with tonight is called the Country Floral Lane. And at your first glance, it is exciting. Just wait till you get it, Renee. It's on its way to Factorysville. All right, so it is Country Floral Lane is the name of this. And when you look at it initially, you think, oh, it's Valentine's Day. I don't really send Valentines, but this is something that you can work into any occasion. Use some of the stamps that you might have already in your stash. You can change these gorgeous cards into birthday cards or just so cards or anniversary cards, so anything. So don't think about it. Hey, Jean, I know it's exciting to get started in the new catalog, but let me show you. I have the products here so you can see them a little better than in the catalog. The bundle that goes with this is called the Country Bouquet Bundle, and it has this photopolymer stamp set, and these are kind of Halloween, woo! Valentine's Day related, but of course you can always just use the stamps and the paper and use your own sentiments. If nothing works here, you can always use the for you, or I just wanted to say. I mean, there's ways you can use this if you're not somebody that hands out or sends Valentine's Day cards. And what I really love about this is it comes with this. This is the Country Bouquet Punch, and it will punch out your hearts and then the little petals here and this little heart if you stamp it. Okay, but what is also very cool about this is you can use the punch on this piece of the designer series paper, and you can already see I've done it several times already, and I'll show you again tonight when we make the card. But you can slide the punch right in here and punch out these cute little hearts and petals here. So I love that about this paper. I love the color palette of the paper. Let me show you a little bit more. Country Bouquet Designer Series paper. I'll show you some more of the colors. Such cute little flowers here. The colors are, Sweet Sorbet and Balmy Blue and Petal Pink and Mint Macaron. Those are probably the three primary colors from this palette. Look at the cute little bicycles with the little flowers. Hello, Rise. All right, and then here, this piece shows you what the Petal Pink looks like. It's really kind of more of a peachy color. There's the Petal Pink, and here's some cute little hearts with flowers inside. And then we've got a darker flower with the more of like a gray background. But then we also have some that are more to the blue, like this one here. That is Mint Macaron and the Balmy Blue. That's really pretty. and turn it over. You always have something beautiful on the back. But yes, really, really cute little patterns on this. And I just want to remind you that today we're going to be making these slimline cards, but then for the next few weeks, I'm going to be using this same paper. And there's actually another pack of paper that goes with this suite. It's a little tiny gingham check, so cute. And I'm going to be making some Valentine treats because I know you guys love those. Love to give the treats away and love to have cute little treat boxes to give them with. So that's the paper. And in addition to that, there's also this red, real red and burlap ribbon. And that is right here. Very, very cute, very pretty. I use that to make this cute little Hershey bar treat. You can use it and then you just pull it up using the ribbon. This is something that is part of my card kit for the month of January. We're going to be making a few of these as part of our card kit, but this is made using the ribbon from the kit, from the suite. Isn't that so cute? And here I did the same thing. I cut out using the punch those 3 pieces there. So real easy to put these cute little slider candy bar treats together. So that is the ribbon that comes with the suite. And I think there was one other thing, yes, I wanted to show you with the suite. And that was these cute little pastel adhesive backed sequins. And they're all colors that will complement the paper that's in this suite. And I love these little sequins because they have this adhesive on the back, so you just kind of pluck it off with your pick tool and put it right onto your card. Really, really great. So that is some of the product from that suite, and I'm very anxious to show you lots and lots of projects using that. But I did want to show you one other project that I've been working on. Many of you know that I got an embroidery machine, and I had a little bit of time over the holiday to work on a project. And look at this one. I made a little Yeti family, these little stuffed animals I made using my embroidery machine. Just look at that guy. Isn't he so cute? I'm having so much fun getting to know my embroidery machine and love it. So it's a baby. Love the horns. See the little horns up there? And then there's the mom and the dad. So this was a project I worked on as well as some of my sewing things, but I wanted to share them because they were so cute and fun to put together. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Enough with that. Okay, let me go ahead and show you. These are the cards that I made to share with you this evening. Now it's basically the same design, but you can either do it horizontally or vertical. Okay, now this is a mini slimline card, and to give you an idea, the size of these, if you have these envelopes in your house, they're number 8. They're not the big business envelopes, but they're the smaller size that you probably have around in your house. They are perfect size to fit your card in. Okay, so that gives you a sense on about the size of these little slimline cards. And you can pop them in an envelope really quick, or you can make an envelope, whatever you like, but they're just a little bit of a difference than your traditional card. So I'm going to go ahead and make this card tonight. And as we're getting started here, I want to let you know the inspiration that I got for this card is from a YouTube channel called Call Me Crafty Owl. And every month she puts out a new card design. And you can see by looking at this card design that I use this one just as a inspiration. And these are available on her YouTube channel every month. And she calls them a sheet load of cards because she shows you a way that you can make a massive amount of cards, lots of cards. This is called letter size. Letter size. And by giving you kind of a template on how you would cut your paper so that you get the most for your money. So here she shows you only need 2 pieces of pattern paper and then 8 sheets of cardstock to make 8 of these cards. And she shows you exactly how to cut each of the items. But then on the front page, if you just want to make one single card, right here she tells you all the dimensions for a single card, how big all the pieces have to be. Now I put a link on my blog to her YouTube channel, and she's got a load of these designs already in her YouTube channel, and every month she comes out with another one, and it's just a great idea to, if you want to copy, which I basically copied and just used different paper, or if you just want to check it out for inspiration. But it's a really, really great channel, and it's called Call Me Crafty Al on the YouTube channel. All right, so remember, the link will be on my blog if you're interested. There won't be a PDF on my blog that I created, but you can get this PDF if you go to the YouTube channel. All right, that's enough talking. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for a mini slimline card, you're going to need a piece of basic white cardstock cut at 6 1/4 by 6 1/2. All right. Yes, Mary. Mary and I have done these cards before. We do love her. All right. I think her name's Alyssa, and her channel is called Call Me Crafty Al. So, and when we have the paper cut at 6 1/4 by 6 1/2, on the long side, you're going to cut it in half at the 3 1/4. Okay. And then you're just going to fold it on that score line, and you are ready with your slimline card base. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and bring in my paper. Okay, I picked the same paper colors here as I did on this card, but I just used a different design. Okay, the little hearts I thought were cute. This piece here is cut at 6 by 3. All right, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add some liquid glue to the back, and we're going to put this right on top of the card base. So this goes flat on the card base, just like that. This is the reason I like these designs is you can pull them together really quick. If you need a bunch, this is the way to go. Oh, I need a bunch of thank you notes. It doesn't matter what your designer series paper is that you have or what stamp sets you use. Everyone, you can adjust them and use her designs. She's just great, and she's fun to watch on her YouTube channel as well. All right, next thing, I am going to actually pick the pattern that's on the back of the pattern that I used on the card base here. Hey, Bonnie, welcome. Happy New Year. And this piece is cut at 2 by 5. And before I put that on my card, I'm going to layer it onto a piece of the basic white cardstock, and this is cut at 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So just a 1/4 inch on length and width difference, just so we have a little bit of a border around it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put that right down on the cardstock and layer that, and then that goes directly onto the card front. So we're just doing a lot of layering for this one. So this makes this a real quick and easy one to put together. All right, you want to try to make sure that you have the same amount of designer series paper around your border. All right, so there we go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in another piece of the designer series paper. This is cut at 3 by 1, and this is at 3 1/4 by 1. All right, And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the back. And this goes down right on here. Now this piece goes top to bottom flush. Okay, you're not going to have your borders on the top and the bottom, just on the sides. And then a little bit of glue on the back of this. And then we're going to put that right here. Okay, now for this one I am going to make it in the horizontal, but always remember that you have the option of doing vertical as well. Both are pretty. Okay, it really depends on what you like. Okay, so now we're going to get ready to make our little embellishment here on the front. So let me show you how we're going to make this cute little heart and leaf there. Okay, I showed you before that you can use the punch on the paper. Okay, so this is the paper that comes with the set. And I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors. And I want this one here that has the mint macaron petal with the heart. So I'm going to just cut across here like this. And that will give me enough room to come in with my punch and go right up onto there. You always want to hold your punch. Oops, let me get that back in the picture a little better. You want to hold it upside down so you can take the time to really get it where you want it. And once it's there, you just squeeze, and then you've got your 3 pieces. Okay, so that's how easy that is. Now, if you would want to do it differently, you can always stamp the pieces and then punch them out. So either way it works, but I love the way that Stampin' Up! Has the punches that can punch out the paper. Almost every catalog has a few suites that you can do that. All right. Hi, Joanne P. How are you? All right, let's go ahead and get our 2-inch circle. Okay, so I cut that out using a die. And I'm going to bring in my balmy blue. Now, I think I've talked to you guys about it, but when you get your new paper, you always want to remember that to look on the back cardboard, whoops, of your paper. And this is going to tell you what colors coordinate with your paper. So if you're not sure, is that mint macaron? Is that blue? Is that balmy blue? You're not sure. This is the best place to look. And if you look right up here underneath the name of the paper, it has all the colors here. Balmy blue, mint macaron, mossy meadow, petal pink, and sweet sorbet. So any of those colors would work. If you had any of the cardstock, those could work for your card base. Okay, I chose white here, but you can choose any of those from there. Well, Bonnie, let me know if you want a catalog. I'd be glad to send you one. It's that time of year. It's celebration. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in the I Love That We Are Friends, and that is from the Country Bouquet. This is one that goes, this is one from the suite, and I'm going to use the balmy blue, and I'm just going to stamp it in the center, but kind of over to the right hand side, because I'm going to need to put my little heart flower to the left. So let's go ahead and put that down. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit over to the right, but that's the way we need to do it so we can fit everything on our card. All right, so then I'm going to bring in my card and I'm going to grab some dimensionals. Bonnie, if you could message me your address, that would be wonderful. I could get that off to you tomorrow. I took over 20 of them down today. I'm trying to do them in little bits because it takes time to do them and I don't want you guys to miss out. All right, so let me go ahead. I put some dimensionals on the back and now I'm going to go ahead and place that right here on the card. Okay, kind of to the right of our little panel that comes straight down. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to decorate using our little heart that we cut out. Now I'm going to want to put that there. So this is going to be hanging off quite a lot on the left-hand side. So I think I'm going to need a dimensional on this side here. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue over here on the other side, just so it adheres it to our 2-inch circle. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and place it right there and give it a chance to stick on my circle and my dimensional to stick to the card base. So there we have it so far. And now I'm going to quickly go ahead. I'm just going to use one of these little leaves to dress up the front here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my dimensionals and I'm going to cut off one of the edges here. These are really great for when you only need a little bit of a dimensional. The regular size is too big. You can cut along the edge there. Don't ever throw those away. They are like gold. All right, so I put the dimensional piece on the back, and now I'm going to bring it here, and I'm going to go ahead and layer it right there beside the heart. I love how they make like little heart flowers. It's so, so cute, and I felt like it needed something else, and you guys know how much I love my linen thread, so I'm going to grab some of the linen thread. This is in the annual catalog. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off. And sometimes if you get your thread and it's looking really, really curly like this, you can take it with your finger and push your fingernail into it and just pull down the piece, and it kind of straightens it for you. See how it straightens it? You just put your fingernail and put pressure on it and pull, and it's going to take a lot of the kinks and curls out of your baker's twine. So that's a tip. I don't know when I learned that one, but that was great to learn because some of them can be very, very twisty when you take it off the roll. All right, I'm making just a little bow here. Okay, pull in my little loops. Okay, I'm going to grab my scissors here and cut off those tails. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of my glue dots, because those are actually my favorite to put these on. And I'm going to put this on one of the dots on the roll. I'm going to just press down right where the knot is on the bow, and then grab my pick tool and get him right off the roll. Then they won't stick to your fingernails and you'll be looking around for your pieces. So then I'm going to go ahead and lay it right there to the left-hand side. So there is my first card of 2023. I'm so excited to be back and creating again. So that is that one. And this is the vertical. So either way works. So, so pretty. So remember, if you do want that sheet, go on to my blog, and I have a link right there that says Call Me Crafty Owl's YouTube channel. So you can click right on that and it'll take you right to the YouTube channel. And then in the description of her YouTube video, if you keep rolling down to the bottom, there'll be a PDF there that you can copy, and then you get these 2 pages every month. So it's a great thing to have on hand just for a little bit of inspiration. All right, so that's it for me today. Remember, if you did not don't have a catalog, let me know. And I sent a whole bunch out today, and Bonnie, I'll get you for tomorrow. And I want to get your hands on this. And also make sure that you are signing up for my free bingo. There's an event on my Wexford Handmaids page about a bingo that is next Sunday afternoon. And it's a free event, and you just come and we'll play bingo, and you'll get prizes, and I'll show you some projects using some of the products from this new catalog, as well as the celebration. All right, so if you need help and guidance to get to that event, let me know, and I will be contacting everyone who has clicked that they are interested in coming to get their 5 numbers this week. All right, so take care and get excited. It's time for celebration and a new catalog. Those should be coming to a mailbox near you very shortly. So everyone have a great evening, and we will see you next Wednesday. So keep stamping. Happy New Year. Bye-bye now.